सरबजीत सर।
जी सर।
हाँ सर, आप कर दो उसको यूट्यूब पे लाइव। ठीक है, इसको स्टार्ट कर लेते हैं।
स्टार्ट हो गया। थैंक यू।
ओके ओके, थैंक यू सर। रंजीता मैम।
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, we are starting in 2 minutes, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, so good morning to all of you. As you all know that today we are here for our virtual trip to Yamuna Biodiversity Park, and we are very fortunate to have Ranjita ma'am, who is Nature Education Officer at Yamuna Biodiversity Park. Ranjita ma'am from SPM College, from principal, from EVS department, and all of the students present over here from different backgrounds. We all welcome you, ma'am, and we are very delighted to hear from you. So Ranjita ma'am, if you can start here.
Yes. Good morning, sir. Good morning, all faculty members who are present here. Welcome all of you on behalf of Yamuna Biodiversity Park. So, sir, firstly, I would like to share my screen. Just a minute, sir. My screen is visual, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute. Yes. Now it is visual, na, sir? बीच में कोई disturbance होगा तो please interrupt me.
Sure,
okay,
ma'am.
sir?
Sure, ma'am. Sure,
okay.
Sure.
Okay. Yes. So I will firstly I would like to share what is biodiversity. Okay, so biodiversity, it is very simply defined as variety and variability of different life forms, start from microorganism to human being, and places where they live, that is called biodiversity. And you know, only variety cannot आप actually किसी से okay, what is variety is called biodiversity, variety of different life. And you know, we have a 99% gene are similar, but we have only 1% of, okay, so that 1% gene different each other, different. There is any disturbance from outside, sir? Okay, so we have a only 1% gene are different. That's why we are look like a different from each other, and we are different from each other. Okay, so variability is very important for the survival of our life. This actually, this park is mainly fixed carbon dioxide, increase quality of water, and it also provide for habitat. We have a total in Delhi. We have a total 7 biodiversity park. When you visit this type of biodiversity park, your microbial activity increase in such a way that make biodiversity in the ecosystem has created the general condition that have favored the emergence of different type of virus. Recently we faced na COVID-19. So अभी सर्वे में आपने देखा होगा is more more diverse, at that area there is a very less chances of COVID-19 and such this type of viruses. Okay, but we have human being always lost this type of biodiversity. So Yamuna Biodiversity Park is successful and re-establishment of one of the two landform in Delhi. So one is Arabli hill ranges and another one is Yamuna river. So this park is based on the Yamuna river basin. So now I am about how did we create a forest and how different creature make a home for them and grow here. Okay, so I just show you. I'm changing the slide. It is visual now. I just changed my slide.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Anyone can?
Ma'am, it's
Okay.
visible. Yeah.
So yes, this park have a total 457 acre area, and this park is divided into two phases. Okay, so this is, I am showing you phase one area. This one is phase one area, and it covers 157 acre area. And in this area, we created different modules. इसके अंदर हमने कुछ visitor zone बनाया and rest of them just butterfly garden, herbal garden, field gene bank area, fruit orchard. And in this area we conserve also two beautiful wetland. One is narrow shallow wetland, another one is deep wetland. Okay, and this phase one is fully functional forest. And this is phase 2 area, and phase 1 is also situated in inactive floodplain. Inactive क्या होता है? Inactive, that means in phase 1 area we doesn't receive a flood water. Okay, बिकॉज आप जब आओगे यहाँ पे तो देखोगे एक जगतपुर बंद बना है जो कि रिवर यमुना को डिवाइड कर देता है कि वो बंद के उसी साइड आपको पानी रहता है. इन दिस फेज वी नेवर रिसीव अ फ्लड वाटर. And this is phase 2 area. Phase area, it covers 300 acre. Okay, and in this area we create a one huge wetland. ये आप जो देख रहे हैं, it cover it. We have a in 100 acre we conserve this wetland. This is man-made wetland, and approx 500 meter away, यहाँ से आप देखेंगे 500 meter there is a Yamuna river. है ना, यहाँ पे यमुना रिवर है. So every monsoon when rivers swell up, then we reside in this wetland. Okay, and in this area we conserve riparian ecosystem. Riparian, that means in this area is situated in active floodplain. यहाँ पे flood water आता है, तो here we grow only that type of vegetation which survive करता है आपको काफी time. अगर 1 month भी यहाँ पे पानी रह जाए तो जितने भी प्लांट वो सारे सरवाइव करेंगे इस एरिया में पानी के रहते हुए. ओके, सो वी ग्रो ओनली दैट टाइप ऑफ वेजिटेशन हेयर. एंड यस, आई एम शोइंग यू इनिशियल फेज ऑफ आवर पार्क. जब आपको फर्स्ट स्लाइड दिखाया था फेज 1, अभी आपने देखा इट इज फुल्ली फंक्शनल. जब कंडीशन नॉर्मल होगा, यू मोस्ट वेलकम. एंड यू कैन सी हेयर कि किस तरह से कंडीशन है अब. और 2002 से पहले आप यहाँ की कंडीशन देख सकते हैं. इट वाज अ टोटली बैरन. यहाँ पे सैलिनिटी बैरन क्यों था? बिकॉज इट इज़ वेरी चैलेंजिंग प्लेस फॉर अस. ओके, सो बैरन की वजह थी कि हेयर सैलिनिटी इज़ टू मच हाई. सैलिनिटी दैट मीन्स सॉल्ट कंसनट्रेशन काफ़ी ज़्यादा था यहाँ पे, और यहाँ पे आपको इवन कोई ग्रास भी ग्रो नहीं कर सकता. बट नाउ वी हैव अ फंक्शनल फॉरेस्ट. दैट मीन्स वी फर्स्टली व्हाट वी डिड, we reduce the pH, we increase the soil fertility. After that we grow different type of vegetation. So firstly we introduce some type of grasses. One beautiful grasses, that one is a Leptoclova fusca. Okay, that grasses have a capacity to reduce pH from 10 to 7. So firstly we introduce that grasses Leptoclova fusca. After that we reintroduce different type of grasses such as Sporobolus, Sankara, so many other grasses. So due to phytoremediation we reduce the salinity and improve our soil quality. After that we grow different type of, then after that we also grow different trees here. Okay, and we also create a some mound like structure. ये जो आप देख रहे हो टीले जैसा structure. So firstly we create this type of structure because जो हमने wetland here we can create a wetlands को बनाने में जो उससे soil निकला. Okay, so we can use that soil create for a mound. ओके यहाँ पे हमने माउंट बनाया। माउंट क्यों बनाया? बिकॉज आप देखोगे जब कोई टीले लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होगा तो यहाँ पे बारिश की पानी पड़े, वो बारिश की पानी आएगी, then excess salt is leached down here. Okay, then upper soil will fertile. After that we grow different type of grasses and other vegetation. Okay, so firstly we create a mound, and due to different vegetation we reduce the salinity. And yes, मैंने पहले ही बताया था कि we have a different modules. So this is fruit orchard. जब आप इंटर करेंगे यहाँ पे, then firstly we go through this way from fruit orchard. Fruit orchard, that means here we grow some fruit yielding plants. Fruit yielding plants क्यों लगाया हमने? Because earlier time में आप देखेंगे जो some villager that has been so कुछ plants ऐसे हैं जो अब locally extinct हो गए हैं, but we also conserve that fruit plants. So this park have a, here we only conserve all the vegetation which were present near the Yamuna river. So we grow here a native species only. And in this fruit orchard we have a different fruit plants such as kidney. I'm showing you some plants, some important plants. Yes, this one is khirni. In Hindi it is called, its scientific name is Manilkara hexandra. Okay, this kidney is locally extinct. This one is fruit yielding plants. Its fruit is just look like a neem ka fruit, देखा होगा आपने, नीम जैसी ही होती है, but its taste is very sweet, and it is also known as a fruit of king of fruits. Okay, and it has a good antioxidant property. So yes, student, when you eat this type of fruit, that means your so this fruit is very expensive, approx 700 to 800 per kg, और बहुत ही आपको बहुत कम अमाउंट में मिलता है. पुरानी दिल्ली में आप सर्च करोगे, then you can find some amount of this खिरनी. अभी समर के टाइम में आपको इसका सीजन मेनली मई टू जून होता है फ्रूट राइपनिंग का. In this part we have also conserved some बर्ड्स होती है, तो बर्ड्स को कंजर्व करने के लिए जो फ्रूट ईटिंग बर्ड्स, वी ऑल्सो कंजर्व दैट टाइप ऑफ बर्ड्स, बिकॉज भी इकोसिस्टम में से कोई भी स्पीसीज को एक्सटिंक्ट करते हो, दैट मीन्स उसका जो इम्पैक्ट है ह्यूमन बीइंग के ऊपर पड़ता है. ओके, सो व्हेन वी कंजर्व दिस टाइप ऑफ फ्रूट प्लांट्स, then we receive these fruit plants attract these beautiful birds. This one is coppersmith barbet. Okay, coppersmith barbet, actually it is known for its metronomic sound. इसके sound जो होता है, it is similar to just like a coppersmith जब strike करता है metal पे, that create a sound like a tuck tuck. Okay, so its sound is similar to that sound, that's why it is called coppersmith barbet. And this barbet is feeding on a peepal tree. This one is a peepal tree. This fruit orchard also attract one beautiful native birds. This one is a yellow-footed green pigeon. But you, student, you mostly you can see grey pigeon, rock pigeon, है ना? Mostly आप लोग वही देखते होगे, because ये बहुत ही कम दिखाई देता है. Actually, we are a reason for this. क्यों कम दिखाई देता है? There is that, and then you go in a heaven. That's why अब several time अब देखोगे red light पे good amount of food quantity. That's why वो every season आप देखोगे, हर season में they can lays their egg. And that grey pigeon never give a space for this pigeon. And this really, and it is also state bird of Maharashtra. Maharashtra में से हरियल बोलते हैं. This green pigeon sitting on a bear, is a fruit of bear. This fruit orchard attracts so many frugivore birds. I am showing you a few birds in our park. This one is red-crested bulbul. This is rose ring parakeets. This one is Alexandrian parakeets, and this is Asian quail. These all are fruit-eating birds. fruit. Why we conserve this type of birds? Actually, if you conserve this type of birds, that means these birds also help in seed dispersal, है ना. birds जब fruit खाती है कहीं और जाके excrete करती है, that means वहाँ पे आप देखोगे plant grow करता है. So these are a good agent. Okay. Now we again move towards our fruit orchard. इस वे में आप देखेंगे we have a one old tree. This one is Nilotica. In Hindi it is called babul. Babul का नाम सुना होगा. Babul, yes, babul toothpaste. So that babul toothpaste is made babul tree, and दिस ट्री इज ऑल्सो नोन एज देसी कीकर. देसी कीकर भी बोलते हैं. और दिल्ली में आप मोस्टली देखोगे इसी के जैसा एक बिलायती कीकर है. बिलायती कीकर इज ऑल्सो नोन एज अ प्रोसोपिस जूलीफ्लोरा, है ना. Bilati kikar is invasive species, and we in this area we conserve only native. Why we create why we grow here a native species? So there is a reason. If you grow here a native tree, that means it allow the space for all type of vegetation, है ना. अगर आपने यहाँ पे भी है, इसके आसपास में shrubs भी है, but when you create any kinds of invasive, that means वो अपने ही सीड्स को ग्रो कराएगा. वो आसपास में उसके देखोगे कोई वेजिटेशन नहीं होगा, कोई ग्रासेस, कोई श्रब्स नहीं होगा. दैट मीन्स अगर आप एक तरह के मोनोकल्चर क्रिएट करते हो, किसी एक स्पीसीज को कंजर्व कर पा रहे हो. बट हम जब जैसे ही यहाँ पे नेटिव लगाते हैं दैट, तो ये अलग अलग तरह के वेजिटेशन को ग्रो कराता है. एंड दैट वेजिटेशन ऑल्सो हेल्प द ग्रोइंग फॉर द डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ फॉनल स्पीसीज. फॉनल स्पीसीज कैसे? ग्रासेज है तो यहाँ पे आपको इंसेक्ट्स भी रहने को आएंगे. श्रब्स है तो उसमें अलग अलग तरह की बर्ड्स lizard and all type of faunal as well as because that's इसके use करते हैं for making their nest. As its bark is very important because we make some fever medicine from its bark. And I'm again showing you copper smith barbet. इससे पहले भी देखा था आपने. और sometime जब आप किसी forest area में जाते हो, चाहे आप कभी यहाँ पे भी जब आप आओगे, then you some date tree also stay there. Okay, so what is the role of date tree? Date tree क्या importance है ecosystem में? Actually this date tree allow it also help for growing, nesting and resting for some creature. यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे this copper smith barbet hole inside this date tree and they make their nest and they lay their eggs and they protect their young ones from उस पे resting के लिए rest करते हैं. Okay, बहुत सारे creature छोटी छोटी insects पे आपको यहाँ पे आके किसी डेट ट्री पे अपना फूड लेती है ना. तो बहुत सारे क्रिएचर को ग्रो कराने के लिए डेट ट्री इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं. दैट्स वाई आप देखोगे कि जंगल में डेट ट्री एज इट इज़ वैसे ही होते हैं. आफ्टर दैट वो जब उनका रोल ख़त्म हो जाता है देन दैट डेट ट्री ऑल्सो डिकम्पोज, दे गिव द न्यूट्रिएंट्स टू द सॉइल. ओके. And yes, when we create a fruit orchard in other areas, then flowering occur, and these flowers also attract so many pollinators. Okay, pollinators यहाँ पे आप देखोगे we have some moths and honeybees. These are a good pollinator. And what is the role of this pollinator? You know, if you extend this type of pollinator, that means you never get any kinds of food material, है ना. फूड मटेरियल क्यों नहीं आपके पास आएगा? बिकॉज आई थिंक यू नो 10th में आपने पढ़ा होगा, 10th से पहले 7th में ही है पॉलिनेशन, है ना. पॉलिनेशन क्या होता है? पॉलिनेशन इट इज़ द प्रोसेस इन विच this pollinators transfer pollen grain from one flower to another, that is called pollination. And after pollination reproduction occur. That means you will get any kinds of fruit and grain and vegetable, है ना. पॉलिनेशन होगा तभी आपके पास खाने की चीज़ें होंगी. पॉलिनेशन अगर सिर्फ फ्लावरी होंगी और ये पॉलिनेटर नहीं होगा देन फ्लावर में फ्रूटिंग होगी ही नहीं. Okay, so that's why this pollinator is very important for human being. So sometime आप यूएस में देखेंगे कि इसे हायर करते हैं हनी बीज को, है ना. And yes, in this fruit orchard we have one another kinds of fruit plants. This one, this is in Hindi it is called kath. यूपी से जो बच्चे होंगे, I think they know about this fruit, katha, elephant apple. And this fruit is just look like a wood apple, बेल के जैसा होता है. ओके, बेल के जैसे ही इसकी आउटर कवरिंग बहुत ही हार्ड होती है, अंदर में पल्प होता है, बट बेल का जो टेस्ट होता है दैट मीन्स स्वीट टेस्ट, ये आपका शार टेस्ट होता है, खट्टा होता है. ओके, so why it is called elephant? They excrete whole hollow fruits, है ना. वो क्या करता है, अंदर का पल्प खा लेता है, पूरा ऊपर की आउटर कवरिंग को एक्सक्रीट करता है. सो व्हाट दे डू एक्चुअली, दैट एलिफेंट ईट दिस फ्रूट एंड दे क्रिएट अ हैबिटेट फॉर थाउजेंड्स ऑफ क्रिएचर. उसके अंदर आप देखोगे जैसे वो एक्सक्रीट करता है, उसके जब अंदर से वो हॉलो होता है तो उसके अंदर बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे इंसेक्ट्स आके अपना हैबिटेट बना लेते हैं. ओके, सो फॉरेस्ट में हर ऑर्गेनिज्म एक दूसरे को हेल्प करता है. And these elephant apple and katha trees also host plant of one beautiful butterfly, that means a lime butterfly. This one, lemon butterfly. Now we go on the way of wetland. This is the way of wetland. आप जब आएंगे तो देखेंगे इस side, both the side we have some tamarind tree, date palm tree, and lastly we reached our wetland area. This is deep wetland. Okay, deep wetland, that means its depth is very deep, 15 to 18 feet deep है ये. And this wetland is man-made. Actually, what is wetland? Wetland क्या? What is the role of wetland? देखो, human being बहुत ही आपको शेल्फिश नेचर के होते हैं, है ना, ग्रीडी नेचर के होते हैं. बिकॉज जब उनको जिस चीज़ की ज़रूरत है पाल के रखेंगे, जैसे उसकी ज़रूरत खत्म हुई, वो एक्चुअली जो जंगल था हमारे पास, जो फॉरेस्ट था, हम यमुना के पास बहुत ज़रूरत हुई, लैंड की ज़रूरत हुई, कुछ आपके पास ऐसे वेटलैंड एरिया होते थे, बहुत सारे पॉन्ड होते थे, उसको फिल करके हमने वहाँ पे क्या किया, घर बना लिया. आज की कंडीशन क्या है कि हमारे वाटर टेबल बहुत ही लो चली गई है, बहुत ही नीचे है आपके. ओके, फिर अगेन वी नीड टू दिस टाइप ऑफ लैंड. okay, this type of wetland and some forest area. Ocean level इतना हाई, हमेशा आप देखोगे एक्वियाई जो यहाँ का है हमेशा काफ़ी हाई, कभी अपने मतलब पुअर भी नहीं देखा होगा, वेरी पुअर रहता है दिल्ली का जो है. ओके, सो जो हमारा यहाँ का वेजिटेशन है, जो हमने okay, so we have actually this wetland provide the habitat for different kinds of creature, aquatic creature such as migratory. We also receive here a migratory birds that came from China, Siberia, Central Asia. Okay, and we have also some resident birds in this wetland. Actually, here I'm showing you initial phase of this wetland. So how we created this wetland. We have a total 457 acre area. है ना, phase 1 में इतना area था. So it is very difficult कि where we create a wetland. So there is, yes, here water table is very high. यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे back side में कुछ grasses है. ये this one is a typha and phragmites. This typha and phragmites both are the grasses that shows कि yes, here water level is high. Then we firstly identify this water indicator. After that we dig that area. We have a here subsoil water and we also rain water, because ये जो आपको एरिया है पूरे पार्क का लो लाइन एरिया है, तो जब बारिश होती है चाहे जब वाटरिंग होती है, जो एक्सेस वाटर होता है आपको इस वेटलैंड में आ जाता है. Okay, in 2000, in 2004 इसमें हमने क्या किया, बस इस वेटलैंड के अंदर some different kinds of vegetation डाला, जैसे we have a submerged vegetation, floating vegetation and some emergence vegetation. ओके एंड बाहर से कुछ में बस बाहर से हमने यहाँ पे आपको कुछ फिशेस डाली जो कि यमुना की थी, दैट मीन्स रोहू कतला है ना। तो इसके अंदर जब फूड हो गया, प्लांट्स लगाया तो इसके अंदर ऑक्सीजन भी आ गया। देन ये जो बर्ड्स है चाहे जो एनिमल है, एक्चुअली व्हाट दे हैव अ रोल, एक्चुअली दे हमेशा दे कैन सर्च देयर हैबिटेट और दे कैन सर्च देयर फूड, है ना। जहाँ भी उसको ये दोनों चीज़ अवेलेबल होगा दे कैन मूव दैट एरिया। तो जैसे ही बर्ड्स मूव यहाँ मूव किया और उसने अपने हैबिटेट देखा कि हमारे लिए ये सही है, आफ्टर दैट every year आप देखोगे this wetland is full of migratory birds. Okay, so we have some important migratory birds. This one is the red crested pochard. Red crested pochard, Yamuna Biodiversity Park is single home for this red crested pochard. We also receive a different kinds of migratory birds. यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे green headed bird. This one is a shoveler. ये है pintail, northern pintail. This one is a northern shoveler, northern pintail, common pochard. So we receive many migratory birds, and this wetland is also habitat for some resident birds. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yes. This one is cattle egret. This is a component of water bodies. This is white-throated kingfisher. And we have also some great cormorant. Great cormorant, it is also known as a fish eater birds. So yes, this body shows कि in your wetland we good number of fish. आप देखोगे यहाँ पे we receive more than thousands of these birds. Great cormorant. We have great cormorant is migratory. It comes from a China and Ladakh region. But we have also two resident cormorant. That one is a little cormorant and Indian cormorant. And this is a narrow shallow wetland. Narrow shallow, that means its depth is approx 4 to 5 feet, and both the ages we create a one forest community which were present near the Yamuna river. वहाँ पे बहुत अच्छी forest community थी. ये जो आप यहाँ पे देखो एक छोटी सी ये tree है, this one is a tamarix, okay, and this is a Phragmites. So Yamuna have a good vegetation of good forest community of this tamarix and Phragmites. So in this area we conserve this forest community, and after conserving this forest community, what we will get? So here you can see, yes, this bird, this one is a black crowned night heron, है ना. ये आपको back ये again this bird is coming Delhi. ये सारी बर्ड्स आपको दिल्ली से शिफ्ट हो गई थी जब यमुना के पास ये वेजिटेशन आपको डिस्टर्ब हो गए थे. और अगेन जब हमने ये वेजिटेशन फिर से कंसर्व किया, दिस फॉरेस्ट कम्युनिटी फिर से बनाई, देन वी रिसीव नॉट ओनली दिस सिंगल बर्ड्स, वी हैव अ नेस्टिंग ऑफ दिस बर्ड्स. यहाँ पे देखो कितनी सारी नेस्टिंग. ऑल्सो कंसर्व सम हेरोनरी. We have grey heron, some other darter. So here we conserve some near threatened birds, oriental darter. आप जब आएंगे आप देखेंगे उस birds को. So we not conserve only these single birds. We have also breeding population of this oriental darter. And this small creature, this is the dragonfly. It is very important component of water bodies. यहाँ पे this one is dragonfly and this is damselfly. In our park we have a more than 40 species of this dragon and dragonfly is top predator of insects. Actually these control the mosquito population, है ना. आप जब यहाँ पे विजिट करना वेटलैंड के पास रहोगे, वहाँ पे फॉरेस्ट एरिया भी है, वाटर बॉडीज है. दैट वाटर इज स्टैग्नेंट वाटर, ओके. और स्टैग्नेंट वाटर होते हुए दैट वन इज अ फ्रेश वाटर. कैसे आप कहेंगे कि फ्रेश वाटर है? बिकॉज वी रिसीव अ माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स, एंड माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स आप पढ़ेंगे, माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स दैट कैन ओनली वहीं पे आपको जाते हैं जहाँ पे फ्रेश वाटर होता है, okay. And these creatures also control the mosquito population near about the wetland area, okay. So these adult dragonfly eat adult mosquito, and their nymph, that means naiads जिसको कहते हैं, that stay approx 4 to 5 months on floating vegetation, and their naiads also eats eggs of mosquito. तो यहाँ पे prey भी है, predator भी है. अगर mosquitoes है तो बहुत ही rarely you can find mosquitoes here, है ना. एंड अगर मॉस्किटो कम है दैट मीन्स आपका जो मॉस्किटो रिलेटेड डिजीज़ है, डेंगू मलेरिया सच टाइप ऑफ डिजीज़, देयर इज अगर आपके पास इसकी पॉपुलेशन गुड है, मतलब अच्छी है, देन वो डिजीज़ भी कंट्रोल होगी, ओके. सो disease control होगी, that means you also spend very less money. Yes. We have a grassland area. Okay, grassland, that means it is dominated by grasses. Okay, so we have these grasses not a give a only green patch on the ground. It also conserve, it also reduce the excess runoff of water, and its root is very fibrous. That's its root have a capacity to hold tightly hold the soil, so it also decrease the soil erosion. So yes, I'm showing you some grass species in our park. This one is Desmostachya. Desmostachya in Hindi it is called kush grass. Kush का क्या role है? Actually, this kush grass is also important for Hindu religion में, because several आप देखोगे जैसे मैरिज सेरेमनी है, चाहे चाइल्ड बर्थ है, उसमें कुश ग्रास की यूज होती है पूजा के लिए. एंड दिस कुश ग्रास इज आल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर very dense, so it is good habitat for small birds as well as snakes also. We have also another type of grasses. This one is a sand grass. Its water holding capacity is very high, and its grain is feeded by many birds. Okay, so yes, hello,
मैम आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो रही है.
break हो रही है. अच्छा, थोड़ी सी
Yes,
network.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In between, there was some time that students are texting. बट स्टूडेंट्स ये थोड़ा बायोडाइवर्सिटी पार्क में थोड़ा सा नेटवर्क इशू है अंदर. तो अगर कोई आप बीच में मिस करते हो पार्ट, तो आप अपने कंसर्न टीचर से आप क्लास टाइम में वो चीजें पूछ सकते हो. ओके, देयर आर सम ग्लिचेस, आई नो दैट. लास्ट टाइम भी ऐसा कुछ बीच में नेटवर्क इश्यूज हुआ था.
बीच, हाँ, नेटवर्क इश्यूज थोड़ा सा बीच में हो.
वहाँ रहता है मैम थोड़ा सा बायोडाइवर्सिटी पार्क में.
हाँ,
तो स्टूडेंट से मैं
और जब
रिक्वेस्ट
ये
कर रहा हूँ.
वीडियो चलता है ना,
जी मैम, जी, तब ज्यादा बीच में भी वो होता है. स्टूडेंट से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, अगर आप कोई पार्ट बीच में अगर आप स्किप कर रहे हो, सुन नहीं पा रहे हो ड्यू टू टेक्निकल ग्लिचेस, देन आप अपने कंसर्न टीचर से क्लास टाइम में आप लोग पूछ सकते हो, डिस्कस कर सकते हो. ओके, ठीक है रंजिता मैम. या
एक्चुअली अगर आप मोबाइल से ज्वाइन करते हैं तो आपकी आवाज क्लियर होगी. तो मैम आप लैपटॉप से प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं ना, होपफुली. तो आप मोबाइल से भी ज्वाइन कर लीजिए, और मोबाइल से बोलिए, आप वहां से अपना माइक ऑन करके. अभी एक बार आप ट्राई करके देखिए मैम.
हाँ, मोबाइल से तो हाँ ठीक है मैम, मैं एक बार ट्राई करती हूँ. जस्ट Hello. Hello, I'm audible. Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yes. So yes, students, when we grow our grassland area, then these grasses attract so many ग्रास ईटिंग ग्रेन ईटिंग बर्ड्स। तो मैंने पहले ही आपको बताया था कि देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ बर्ड्स। तो इसके ग्रेन्स जो है वो आपको ग्रेन ईटिंग बर्ड्स को अट्रैक्ट कर। So these small birds is silver wilmonia. Silver wilmonia. Why it is called silver wilmonia? Because इसकी beak जो आप देखोगे बिल्कुल silver color की होती है. Okay, these are small birds feeding on a panicum grass. Okay, we receive a different so many other grain-eating birds, granivore birds. This is scaly-breasted munia. Scaly-breasted because इसके lower parts में देखो different.
मैम
कहीं से मैम again कहीं से
मैम जस्ट 1 मिनट मैम, आपका वॉइस इको हो रहा है, तो आप अपने लैपटॉप को म्यूट कर दीजिए मैम।
म्यूट है मैम, यहाँ से तो है ही नहीं।
ठीक है।
Okay. And yes, this one is tricolor munia. Tricolor, it is also known as black-headed munia. Tricolor, देखो अब 3 color present है। इसके head black है, जो इसकी feathers है brown color and lower parts white color. So 3 color is present. That's why it is called tricolor munia. It is again grain-eating birds feeding on Phragmites, grain of Phragmites. Just a minute. I again share this. Okay, so we have also one granivore birds, beautiful granivore birds. This one is a red munia. Upper one is male and lower one is female. Actually, जो एनिमल्स हो या बर्ड्स हो उसमें जो मेल होता है आपको मोर अट्रैक्टिव होता है, बिकॉज जो मेल एक्चुअली फीमेल का जो डल कलर होना चाहिए, इसकी वॉइस भी होती है बहुत ही हार्श होती है, बिकॉज फीमेल के पास इनके चीक्स होते हैं, है ना, और ये अपने प्रीडेटर से बचाने के लिए, और ये डल होती है, दैट्स व्हाई अदर जो है इस पे अट्रैक्ट ना हो, और अपने प्रीडेटर से बच्चों को बचाने के लिए गॉड ने इसे इस तरह के हार्श साउंड दी है, दैट्स व्हाई ये आपको अपने बच्चों को बचा सके। एंड वी हैव आल्सो सम ग्रासलैंड स्पीसीज। ये देखेंगे आप, दिस वन इज रैट स्नेक, ये आपको ब्लैक कोबरा है। रैट स्नेक, इन दिस पार्ट वी हैव अ टोटल more than 11 species of this snake, and this rat snake is non-venomous snake, and this cobra, black cobra, is most venomous snake. Okay, and this snake is also important for ecosystem because this snake is also known as a farmer friends. तो क्यों इसे फार्मर फ्रेंड्स बोलते हैं? एक्चुअली देयर इज अ सम पेस्ट, रैट जो है आपको एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड का सबसे बड़ा पेस्ट है, एंड दिस रैट आल्सो कंट्रोल दैट टाइप ऑफ पेस्ट, ये आपको रैट को खाता है, तो दिस कंट्रोल नेचुरल कंट्रोलर ऑफ natural pest controller, these snakes are also known as. Okay, so these control naturally pest, and अगर pest control कर लेते हो, that after that you can very less amount, you can never use any kinds of pesticide and insecticides, है ना, तो आपकी जो फूड क्वालिटी है वो होगी, वो भी अच्छी होगी। तो नेचुरली जो चीजें आप बैलेंस कर सकते हो वो आपको इन सबको कंजर्व करके ही कर सकते हैं। Okay, we have also another grassland species. This is the caterpillar stage of some moth. This is known as bagworm. Bagworm क्यों बोलते हैं? Because यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे इसके upper parts में there are several twigs, है ना, this creature collect some twigs and they secrete a gum-like structure from its mouth, and they stick through that gums or this twig on its upper parts, and they form just look like a bag-like structure, and this bag also known as its protecting bag, है ना, ये जैसे ही यहाँ पे कोई अपने प्रीडेटर को देखेगा, they totally move inside this bag, okay, और ये अंदर कवर हो जाता है, so this is डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म, है ना, अपने डिफेंस के लिए प्रोटेक्टिंग बैग बनाता है। We have also some another small creature. This is dung beetle. So these small creature, यहाँ पे आप देखो इतनी छोटी सी creature, आप मतलब क्या हेल्प करती है ना। हम कहते हैं कि छोटे से क्रिएचर है, इससे एक्सीडेंट होता है तो क्या होगा, बट दिस स्मॉल क्रिएचर क्लीन आवर एनवायरमेंट, है ना। ये अदर साइड से डिफरेंट साइड से डंग को कलेक्ट करती है एंड दे कलेक्ट दैट डंग एंड मूव इट इनसाइड थ्रू देयर बोरोस। और इसको जब डिकम्पोज करती है, दिस डंग आल्सो इम्प्रूव आवर सॉइल क्वालिटी। तो सॉइल क्वालिटी को इम्प्रूव किया, फर्टाइल किया, आपके एनवायरमेंट को भी क्लीन करता है ना। तो एवरी क्रिएचर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर ecosystem. And this is also grassland species. Indian hare mostly we can find rabbit, है ना। rabbit जो है आपका इंडियन स्पीसीज नहीं है। जो हेयर होता है ये आपका ब्राउन कलर का थिन होता है रैबिट से। okay? And yes, when we create a forest, then we receive a lots of leaf litter. Leaf litter आप जब पाएंगे, you can find both the sides of the trail. There is a lots of leaf litter. So what is the role of this leaf litter? Actually, plants में एक process होता है, you know, photosynthesis, है ना। photosynthesis में क्या होता है, plant take carbon dioxide from atmosphere and they also reduce the CO2 from atmosphere and they actually वो क्यों conserve करता है अपने food बनाने के लिए। So they make their food in the form of glucose. They absorb in different parts. Okay, जब ये लीफ ड्राई होता है, ये कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड में फिक्स हो गया, जब लीफ ड्राई हुआ और देन अगेन इट फॉल डाउन ऑन अर्थ पे जब आता है, we have a thousands of decomposer and that decomposer also decompose this leaf litter, है ना। और दिस लीफ तो ये प्लांट्स क्या किया, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को एटमॉस्फेयर से लिया एंड दैट प्लांट्स आल्सो permanently fix this carbon dioxide into the soil, but there is a lack of awareness। हम क्या करते हैं, लीफ लिटर को कलेक्ट करते हैं और जला देते हैं। तो जो इतनी मेहनत से जो प्लांट ने आपके कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को फिक्स किया, हम उससे भी कहीं ज्यादा फिर से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड उसमें भी भेज देते हैं, है ना। बट these leaf litter is a habitat for thousands of creatures। इसके अंदर आप देखेंगे बहुत सारे स्नेक का ये सबसे अच्छा वार्म प्लेसेस है, बिकॉज ड्यूरिंग विंटर दे हाइबरनेट देमसेल्फ इनसाइड दिस लीफ लिटर, है ना। and there are several king and so many other creature live inside this leaf litter। so ये बहुत सारे creature का habitat भी है। so जब लीफ लिटर आए उसके अंदर बहुत सारे इंसेक्ट्स आ गए, then there's that insect। तो मैं आपको बताती हूँ यहाँ पे it only create a habitat। all birds, जितने भी birds आप देख रहे हैं, जो भी creature है, they came from earth, किसी चीज को लाया नहीं गया। ये बर्ड्स है, जैसे फ्रूट ऑर्चर्ड बनाया, फ्रूट आया तो फ्रूट को देख के फ्रूट भी वो बर्ड्स अट्रैक्ट की। ग्रास है, ग्रास में ग्रेन है तो उसके ग्रेन ईटिंग बर्ड्स आ गए। ऐसे ही जब इंसेक्ट था तो इंसेक्ट को खाने के लिए हमारे पास इंसेक्टिवोर बर्ड्स आ गए। So I'm showing you some insectivore birds. This is a magpie robin, green bee-eater, this is Asheprenia, and this is white-eye. These all are the insectivore birds. And here I'm showing you some nesting of birds. This is purple sunbird, which is resembling like an Indian hummingbird. बहुत ही attractive birds होती है, छोटी सी, and their nesting source, yes, this bird is very active। इसकी nest में देखो आप, they use different kinds of material, grasses है, twigs है ना, अलग अलग टाइप के मटेरियल यूज किया। दैट मीन्स इट मतलब वेरी एक्टिव है कि अलग अलग साइड से ये सारे मटेरियल यूज करता है and then make their nest very cozy to protect their young ones। And some birds are very lazy। This is spotted owlet। Sometimes they choose some holes in a dead tree and they use that hole as a nest। Now we go inside our nature conserve zone। Actually during COVID virtually you can visit this site, but physically we cannot move inside this area। Okay, so in this area we conserve 3-layered forest। 3-layered, that means what is the purpose of this type of conserving forest? Actually 3-layered, that means we have a ground vegetation, we have a middle story, we have a top canopy। Okay, so when you create this type of forest, 3-layered forest, यहाँ पे आप देखो, अगर any vacancies goes through this way, what will happen? उसके साथ साथ dust particle rise up होता है। जैसे ही dust particle आपका rise up होगा ground level पे, then we have a ground vegetation to settle down that dust particle। उससे ऊपर जाएगा, then we have a middle layer, shrubs हो गए, वहाँ पे settle down हो गया। then top पे जाएगा तो we have also trees। Okay, so there is a very less chances to inhale that dust particle, है ना। So this type of forest, this type of layered forest also helping them mitigate pollution problem। So Delhi have always suffering from this type of pollution। तो अगर आपके पास इस तरह के vegetation हुआ तो pollution level कम होगा। In this area we have a dense forest। we have यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे we have a different type of grasses, trees, ना? So conserving here a dense, very dense. And when we have a dense, conserve this type of dense forest, then what we will achieve? Then we receive many species such as ये आपको है wild boar जंगली wild pig भी बोलते हैं इसे. These are the omnivore, but ये night camera trapping का photo है, but these are not the nocturnal. Actually क्या होता है, during night there is a very less disturbance. Okay, that's why they roam here and there and they search their food. We have also blue bull, nilgai. Nilgai is the largest antelope of Asia, and we have this is civets. Okay, civets. Actually, this civets is from the civets we also receive some. We make some coffee, that is a coffee luwak coffee. That coffee luwak is very expensive coffee in world. तो कैसे इस कॉफी को बनाते हैं? Actually, these civets eat seeds of coffee bean ना खाता है, और ये these civets also excrete that half digested bean, and then we collect that half digested seeds, and after processing we make a coffee liver coffee. This civets is also omnivore, and we have a small level of carnivore. Smaller carnivore is jungle cat. We have a jungle cat, asiatic cat, so a smaller level of food chain is balanced by this creature. And in 2016, we received a leopard, and yes, this leopard shows yes, your park is fully functional, because top carnivore तभी आपके park में आएगा when lower level of your trophic cascade is fulfilled, है ना? जब lower level पे पूरा function complete होगा तब ये leopard आता है, मतलब कोई top carnivore आपके पास आएगा. And this leopard stay here 22 days, and there is some issues. इसके sites में villagers है, that villagers say कि these leopard also eat our cattle, and so many issues. That's why we again send it to Rajasthan National Park. We have no any top carnivore, but we have a smaller level of carnivore. Now we move towards our herbal garden. Herbal garden, in this area we conserve medicinal, more than 300 medicinal plants in the form of grasses, herbs, and trees. So I'm showing you some important medicinal plants. This is Barreria pranitis, Vajradanti. Vajradanti, it is नाम से ही है Vajradanti. That means it is used for the strong your faith. So we make some cosmetic as well as Vico Vajradanti नाम सुना होगा आप लोगों ने. So we make some cosmetic as well as medicinal products from this Vajradanti. And we have a Plantago major. In Hindi it is called isabgol. Isabgol की जो husk होती है वो use होती है for the digestion purpose. And we have I'm showing you some medicinal plants. Akarkara, it is mainly used for a toothache problem as well as another pain-related problem, which is Satavar, Asparagus lacimosus. इसका mainly root जो होता है इसमें antioxidant property होती है, so we use as a antioxidant. This is Tylophora asthmatica. Its name suggests asthmatica. That means it cures the asthma problem. In this medicinal garden, we have a small lily pond, and this small lily pond is resembling your Yamuna river. जब आप में Yamuna polluted नहीं था, at that time your Yamuna is just look like this. Yamuna के पास भी खूब ऐसे ही floating vegetation होते हैं, water lilies, lotus, सब creatures such as dragonfly, damselfly, वो here and there, है ना, इस तरह की थी. So this part shows कि how you again conserve your Yamuna river. जो चीजें सोचो Yamuna से थी, मतलब शिफ्ट हो गई थी, कुछ चीजें जो नहीं थी वो अगेन जब हमने Yamuna की सारी वेजिटेशन को कंजर्व किया, उसके वाटर बॉय जब वेटलैंड को कंजर्व किया, तो वो सारी स्पीसीज आपको धीरे धीरे वापस आने लगी. तो यू हैव अ both problem as well as solution. आप solution भी देख रहे हैं, problem भी आपके पास है. So everything in your hand. ना? यहाँ पे आप देखो, we have also some creature of Yamuna river. This is roof turtle. And now we move towards our butterfly garden. I think video late जा रहा है. So this is area butterfly. In this area, we consider more than 75 species of butterfly. You cannot find only this area, all these 75 butterfly. Different because जो butterfly होती है ये nectar के लिए पूरे forest में move करती है. So in this area we conserve, actually we control their life cycle in this area. Here we conserve some host plant as well as nectar plants. That's why host plant क्या होता है? Host plant, that means on that plants butterfly complete their whole life cycle. Okay, उसकी life cycle में दिखाती हूँ. Yes, butterfly have a different stages: egg, caterpillar, pupa, and then adult butterfly. ना, तो ये जो आपको 2-3 stages है, ये इसके host plant पे होती है. Pupal stage में sometimes they choose different plants because in this stage they never use any kinds of food material. So ये अलग plants पे भी बना लेती है अपना pupal. बट ये जो एग है और कैटरपिलर है ये हमेशा आपको होस्ट प्लांट पे ही होगा. सो इफ यू वांट टू कंजर्व बटरफ्लाई देन यू कैन आल्सो कंजर्व देयर होस्ट प्लांट. ओके, होस्ट प्लांट नेक्टर के लिए तो वो मूव कहीं भी कर जाएगी प्लांट पे. यहाँ here I'm showing you different stages of different butterfly. ये देखो ये egg, this is the egg of a small salmon butterfly, small salmon, and this is caterpillar of lime butterfly जो starting में मैंने lime butterfly दिखाई थी, and this is pupal stage of common rose butterfly, and this is the adult common crow butterfly. है ना, यहाँ पे आप जब यहाँ पे आओगे तो इन सारे की अलग अलग लाइफ साइकिल देखोगे. बट हेयर मैं कोशिश की हूँ कि आप लोगों को अलग बटरफ्लाई के सारे स्टेजेस दिखा दूँ. दिस इज द eggs of common crow butterfly, and here I'm showing you some butterfly in our park. This is pioneer butterfly, painted lady butterfly, Danette egg fly, and this is Danette egg fly, painted lady, pioneer, and this is blue pansy butterfly. Now we have another butterfly. This is common castor butterfly. Common castor. Actually, here I am showing you defense mechanism. आप देखोगे इस butterfly का जो color है, they choose bamboo shoot, and its color is similar to this shoot. है ना? They camouflage on this. So camouflaging its defense mechanism, and they take some juice from this. They take a nectar from this bamboo shoot. This is blue jewel butterfly, very small butterfly taking a nectar from this plant. And here I'm showing you कि how we can maintain our food chain. जैसे यहाँ पे अगर बहुत सारे insects हो गए तो इस insects को खाने के लिए we have a small bird. This is paradise flycatcher, female of paradise flycatcher, and these small birds is again eaten by we have a many raptors. So I'm showing you one raptor. This is shikra. ना शिकरा बैलेंस करता है. तो लोअर लेवल पे आपको देखेंगे कि इस तरह से फूड चेन मेंटेन होता है. And here I am showing you energy transfer. How energy is transferred. This fish is eaten by this water snake, checkered keelback. And lastly, जब आप पूरे पार्क मूव करते हो, then we have a NIC, Nature Interpretation Center. In this chamber, we have a three galleries. Okay, so उसमें अलग-अलग we have a photographs, timeline photographs. So you can see and gather यहाँ पे होते हैं. After that, students can ask questions. And here I'm showing you map of our park. आप देखेंगे जब हम visit करते हैं, we can visit in this area, phase 1 area. Okay, and phase 1, this is phase 2 area, and both the area is connected by corridor. Student पूछते हैं कि जब आपका ये totally closed है तो यहाँ पे animal कहाँ से आता है? तो we can see here Yamuna river, है ना, ये Yamuna river है, और every creature take a way as a corridor. इसका जो यमुना रिवर का लेता है एज ए यूज करता है एज ए कॉरिडोर. और यहाँ से हमारे फेज 2 में आता है. फेज 2 इज ओपन एरिया, ये चारों तरफ से ओपन है, और फेज 2 से ये ग्रीनरी कॉरिडोर के थ्रू हमारे फेज 1 में आता है. ओके, एंड लास्टली thank you all of you for your presence hearing this dragonfly also says thanks. So student, if you have any question then you can ask. I just called Fayaz sir.
So students, if you have any question, then please drop it in the chat box. If you have any questions, then please drop in chat box. Actually, most of them are sending messages that when they will be able to physically visit your this beautiful biodiversity park, but due to certain reasons from the past few years, we are unable to come to your park. But certainly, I guess from the next semester, we'll be taking students in the physical mode, right? So,
Good morning.
yeah, good morning. Good morning, Fiaz sir.
Good morning. This is Fayaz here.
Yeah, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
It's very interesting to join a discussion in this mode and discussing about something which need to be seen, touched, and feel. And therefore, it's very important to understand, especially for the student, that there are two very important components, and those components are air and water. Everybody knows that these two components are not, manufactured so far, not made in a sufficient amount to sustain humanity on this planet. So how we get it and what should we do? Unfortunately, when you look at the business model of development over a period of time, which has taken toll of these two major components, in a place like Delhi, where you see there are two life supporting landscape, the river Yamuna and Aravali hill ranges, both are suffering. When you go closer to river, and if you ask, I'm asking students that have you gone to river? Most of the students will say no. When I ask that have you put your leg into the water, they will say no. When I ask, have you picked a little bit of water in your hand, they will say no. Why such thing is happening? It is very clear in ecological term when you see that when human beings are very self-centered, selfish to the core, an animal who behaves in a way that if a system is not fulfilling the needs, you forget that system, what you call it, ecological goods and services. So unfortunately, over a period of time, we already realized that a system, what you call as river Yamuna, is not fulfilling that ecological requirement. So you forgot. And therefore, we started what you call not going to very close to the river. And now question arises that it is an irony to see that a city which established due to river, everybody knows that most of the previous historical civilization established along the river or source of water. But if that is the scenario, then why we are not going to close to the river? And when you see the Aravali hill ranges, that is last spur of Aravali hill ranges, it starts from Udaipur and reaches to Delhi. When you go closer to it, what you call as Delhi Ridge covers about 7,777 hectares of area. When you go very close to it and try to understand the ridge, you will find that the ridge is nothing but what you call infested by one of the alien invasive species, that is Prosopis juliflora or Vilaiti kicker. When Britisher came, they thought that ridge is not effective, green cover is less. They brought one Mexican weed, that is Vilaiti kicker, which you see today. So what happened? This Delhi is still exist because whatever little bit support we are getting from river Yamuna and Aravali hill ranges, which sustain this river. So what is the ultimate objective? The ultimate objective of development must be to see restoration of these two major life supporting landscape in Delhi and across the world, in fact. So how we do? Either we keep talking and raising questions, pointing fingers towards the system, or we come together to restore it. We have a science in our hand, what you call as ecological restoration, which suggests you that all those areas which are degraded, damaged, or even lost can be restored through this science. And the same scientific, what you call philosophy, we have utilized under the supervision of none other than your former Pro Vice Chancellor and Vice Chancellor, Professor C.R. Babu. And we established one model which is known as Biodiversity Parks model, now being seen as a very important model for restoration and preservation of biodiversity across the country. So again, I will come back to let you know that there are two important components, that is air and water, which is very, very important. And for when you look at air you cannot produce. You need air to breathe, and that can only be, produced by what you call autotrophs, they are plants. So therefore, plants are very, very important. Then we need to understand what plant. Is it every plant? You can plant everywhere? No, you have to look at it that if you're talking about Yamuna River Basin, then you must look at the plant belonging to Yamuna River Basin. And that is the basic objective of restoration. And when you look at the Aravalli Hill Ranges, you must look at the plant belonging to Aravalli Hill Ranges. Only then you can achieve maximum number of ecological goods and services from the system you are going to restore. Another thing I could understand over a period of time, that when we started working on what you call business model of development, then suddenly I realized, once I asked a question, that now many people says in system that now we are reducing the distance by making a lot of national highways. But when I asked that by making national highway, how much employment we are generating, how much economic gain we have, and how much environmental loss incurred, there is no answer to it. And it is, I'm not telling, please go through the latest economic survey report and please compare the map of India from 2012 to 2021. You will certainly realize that the development is taking toll on the system, which is providing vital air to breathe and very important water to drink. So therefore, my dear students, you might be aspiring to get big package in your life. That package might not be effectively utilized until unless you breathe, until unless you drink water. So therefore, my suggestion would be, we must, wherever you go, in whatever capacity you reach, you must think about biodiversity, because biodiversity is the life. Biodiversity is insurance of life, and that can sustain not only human beings but other organisms on this planet. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I will request all the students that these two vital factors must be considered above everything. Only then this two-legged animal can survive on this earth. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your encouraging words. Yeah, now I would like to invite Najia ma'am for vote of thanks. Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir. I would really want to thank Dr. Fayaz for his golden words, and I hope that some of his enthusiasm brushes off to us and also to our students, so that we are also motivated to work for the environment, and we are also really keen in bringing out changes that we can at all the levels that we are working at, even as a student or as a teacher. And I really want to thank Ranjita ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Again, you gave us such an intriguing talk about the Yamuna Biodiversity Park. Every time we hear it, I feel as if there is something new that I learn, because there are so many things we did not know how. Actually, before knowing about the Yamuna and Aravalli Biodiversity Parks, many of us did not have any idea that such a place can be established within the area of a city, and that to a city like Delhi, which actually needs such places. So some of our students are really surprised when they find that such kind of green area is within the area of Delhi. And thank you, ma'am. Actually, we had some glitches when students were not able to hear some part of it, but I think we will cover that with them, the parts that they were not able to listen. And I would thank Dr. Shivesh Bedwal also for arranging this meeting so well. And I would really thank all the students who are present here in the meeting. I hope they have learned something from this meeting and they will be able to contribute in some way. Thank you, everyone. Ma'am, Ranjita ma'am, are you speaking? Because we are not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think if none of the students have anything to ask, we can end the meeting now.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, and thank you once
Thank
again,
you, everyone.
everyone for joining. Thank you. Okay. So,
Okay, thank you.
thank you, ma'am. Sarvajit sir. Sarvajit